that sucks. But a lot was said there. But Nathan, we were saying like, how'd you feel after that? Because some brutal shit was said, you know, and
yeah, like it hurt at the time when it first happened, but I am grateful for it all, because if it weren't for that, I never would have gotten into music, and I never would have been as into it as I am today, because that's where it all originated from. It all started with them convincing me to get a bass because they needed a bass player, so I had a paper route and I saved up my money and I got a bass, I got an amplifier and all that shit. And if it weren't for that, I wouldn't have gotten into music in the first place.
But what about the part hearing that, it had nothing to do with the way you were playing, you're just...
That's the part that hurt the most.
We didn't the way you like.
Because the whole time I thought it was about my talent or my abilities, because I knew I was still just learning. I never played a bass in my life. I got it for this because I thought it would be cool to hang out with my friends and play music and all this shit. And so when they kicked me out, I felt like, okay, I understand, because I'm not that good. I just barely started learning. Like, so that makes sense. They want to go take this thing seriously. They want to go take it places. They want to be the next POD. And I just wanted to hang out with my friends.
Did you ever see them after you? Did you ever see them play after you?
I don't think so, no.
Because I remember they played some
they had
graduate. Remember Monica
2 or 3
Gutierrez?
different bass players after me, though.
Yeah, everybody. They had a bunch of different rotating people in there. But I think they too were always like changing their sound with whatever was.
It should have just been about the friends having fun making the music, and they just took it really seriously, and it was no longer about the music. They were caring too much about the look.
You know who else?
And their appearance.
You know who else?
It's not supposed to be about that. It's supposed to be about the sound, the music.
You know who else was took it real serious like that too? And they were this bass player, Panda.
Oh my god! Shut the fuck up.
You slapped the bass?
I slapped a couple of things.
Oh. You don't remember her walking around carrying the bass with her in high
That's
school?
That's when the fucking picking on me began.
Oh, I do.
Dude, do you remember how bad you used to pick on me too?
Dude,
you weren't as bad, but
no, man,
you used to get me for my money. It was always Nathan getting me for my money.
I wanted my pizza.
She just revealed to me like that shit was like
it wasn't just you though, Sandra. I would beg everyone for money.
No, you guys would fucking literally pick on me until I gave you whatever I had.
Dude, like Panda just recently was
and then
like
I would just go home
saying
and eat my pain away.
We were like affecting her, dude. We were affecting her life.
No,
dude.
That's not what I was saying. I was saying I remember I explained myself when you started fucking up. Not when you guys are picking on me. When you started fucking up. That's what it was.
Oh, okay. I got confused then. But
I'm confused.
No,
don't be. It's nothing.
I was explaining to him, you know how when SC, started doing what he was doing, fucking up. I don't want to say it. Look at me, Nathan.
I got to read you loud and clear.
How mad I was, and usually how anybody who starts doing that shit, I'll fucking cut the fuck off.
Why didn't you? Why were you so mad?
I don't know, because... Why was I so fucking mad?
Well, why were you so mad, and why didn't you cut yourself off?
I was fucking mad because out of fucking everybody, SD went there. Like, SD fucking went there.
It could happen to anyone.
You left when I needed you the most, man.
Bitch, I never went anywhere. I was at the same motherfucking house, same motherfucking place, same job. I was always there.
Maybe, well, at least I got past all that.
Exactly.
Seriously though, like, gets back to the thing we were saying about earlier with like the losers and who.
Oh, what was that about?
He told me that I used to hang out with a loser crowd, and
I was like, dude, that loser crowd was us, bro. Like,
where in high school?
I remember specifically my friends were Austin and Jacob, and they were one of my biggest friends, and he considers them losers, I guess.
Those guys were cool. What is he talking about?
I don't know.
Where are they?
Well, I'm pretty sure TJ doesn't really have any friends now, so who's the loser? Because he's on what motherfucking dating sites looking for bitches now? That's how bad he ain't got friends.
Aw. That's how everybody's doing it nowadays.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know.
I don't think I have ever gone onto a dating site and picked up anybody. No.
well,
Neither have
that's
I,
but that's
just
Nah.
everybody's doing their thing. You can't say that they're wrong for doing it because it works for
No,
some people.
I'm just saying. I'm making a point. Well, he doesn't have friends for a reason.
Ryan met his girlfriend like that.
Yeah.
Was it on
It
like
works for some people.
dating site or was it a dating site?
Yeah, it was a dating site, I think.
Like
Not
Match.com or BlackPeopleMeet.com.
Actually,
Find me on BlackPeopleMeet.com.
that's what it was.
It
Actually,
works though. Like, who's to knock it? Like, I'm not just because I don't do it just doesn't mean I think that
but
somebody
at
else
the
is
same
wrong
time,
for
like
doing it.
it could be
No, I'm not
somebody
saying
could
it's
be
wrong. I'm
faking
saying like my point is he doesn't have friends now because the way he is as a person. Like he's gone to the point where he's can't even go out.
Maybe,
like, to meet people,
Maybe
I
he's
still
looking
consider
online.
a friend, but he kind of, okay. You just brought up something that made me think differently a little bit right now. He kind of was like asking me if we're cool and stuff. Like he's like been
Yeah, look
thinking
at how
about
he
this for a
thinks.
long time. Like asking me if we're cool about this. Like he's been like thinking about it for a long time almost. And I'm just like, dude, what the fuck? I didn't even. Why would that even come into my mind? Like, of course we're cool. You wouldn't be here if we weren't cool.
It's just look at that's like that shows look at the way he thinks. And then
wait,
look how he
but
started
what
saying,
what does
like,
that mean?
he
Does
was-
that mean that did I fuck up? I don't know if I fucked up.
No, well, you're
because he was brought up. He said, "Are we cool?" And then he's talking about the band thing, but
Yeah.
or is he talking in general?
I don't know. He's like that's when somebody says, "Are
Did
we
you never
cool?"
talk after school or anything like that?
No,
after that happened?
he was just here like
Well,
not even like
well,
a couple
when-
months ago.
yeah, not even
Like, we
that.
didn't- not even that long ago we hung out. Like,
Well, when somebody says that, it usually means they did something wrong.
yeah, but it's like
So from that moment to now,
yeah.
did something
So
happen?
now it's like I kind of feel like maybe we were never like as much friends as I thought we were. Like because
Well, think about it, Nathan. All this stuff happened in middle school, right?
I know.
And then after that point, how often? Well, I mean, that even goes for. Well, I mean, for me too. I didn't see him or even Paul or anybody for a long time. All of high school, pretty much. And
They
then,
went to school with us though. TJ went to school with us.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Didn't Paul go to school with us for a little bit?
Little
I didn't
bit,
have the
but-
right look though.
But I mean, not
was
the way we
going-
were like when it came to middle school. Like the first few years in middle school was like everybody was super tight and nobody really cared about all that. And then something happened. Some emo scene came in,
Right.
right? That's what it was.
Yeah, it was a tidal wave of emo.
Yeah. And everybody went to skinny jeans and popped up collars.
Cut my hair.
And but
So I can't fall asleep tonight.
I'm so you know.
Oh, son.
You're gonna break my mics, dude. But no, but it is weird because then you think about it. Well, how close have I really been with this person for the past, years?
Yeah, it will like not even about how close we were in the past few years. Like
How-
back then, like maybe I thought we were more. Like I thought our relationship
maybe-
was maybe
maybe-
more than it was.
Like they just needed you. They just needed you for that moment.
I
You know.
guess kind of,
But even before that, it wasn't like that. Before that, we were all well.
well, once it became about
didn't
the band, then it was
TJ
like
came
more
in,
about business
well,
than
TJ,
friendship.
TJ came in a little later, right?
Yeah.
He wasn't there right away.
Hey, maybe he brought the whole tidal wave of emo with him.
He brought the fag bag around. I remember that shit.
Who's the fag?
The fag bag, the little
Fanny
man
pack?
bag.
Oh.
No, the man
Oh,
bag. We
yeah.
used to call it a
Satchel?
fag bag. Yeah.
Fag bag.
That was in style.
Well, who brought all the friends from like Clovis and all that? Who did that? Because I remember then they had all these like
yeah, well, that was when they kicked me out, and then they started bringing in people from
like Clovis.
yeah.
And, who
Buchanan. I don't know.
who wonder who made that connection?
That's where the scene was popping at. I guess I don't know.
It's getting hot in here.
It's not even that bad anymore.
I ain't getting so hot.
Man,
We had giant otter pups.
I really
today.
wish we had. Yeah. Well, mine was shit. Mine sucked. It tastes like something was wrong with it.
It was so fucking syrupy. It was
Yeah.
like sweet as fuck. He had a Jolly Rancher one, and I had a blue otter pup.
It didn't even taste like a
It
Jolly
was like
Rancher.
the extra large king size ones. Like as long as my arm.
Or Butterfinger
Like, you have to deep
cookies
throat that
didn't taste
shit.
like Butterfinger.
Man, everything's a lie now, man. I can't believe nothing.
False advertising.
Fuck you, America. I'm kidding. You might want to edit that.
Yeah. Oh no, Pana's not gonna make it to the next show, dude.
That's a lie. I'll be here same time next week.
You're a patriot, right?
I am who I am. I am Sam. Sam is the man.
Is that a Popeye quote? I am what I am. Are you quoting Popeye?
Oh my god.
I don't know. I'm just making up shit.
Oh, that was interesting though, man. It What about the letter though? That letter, dude, from like who wrote that? We never got into who wrote that.
Yeah, I was gonna ask that, but I think they all kind of contributed
because
their own parts.
Because when you read
they put some thought and time into that.
Yeah, but if you go back and read it, they gave like 4 different explanations why you were so tall, and like they're like, oh, it turned out he was just
Who the fuck calls somebody a hot dog? I'm sorry.
That was funny.
It's funny, but who the
funny.
fuck calls somebody a fucking hot dog?
Someone with hot dog on the brain, on the mind.
Did you guys see that motherfucking video of the fucking waitress who fucking stuck a hot dog in her and gave it to the fucking customer?
No.
It was on World Star.
I remember there was some joke I remember in middle school actually that we would tell each other about some like witch or something, and something about like fucking this like old lady or something, and like but the guy was doing it with the hot dog instead of fucking her.
I vaguely remember that.
Yeah, and then like after they fuck, she would feed him like, "Hey, you want some dinner?" And she would boil that same exact hot dog to and serve it to him, but she didn't know that it was a hot dog. That she thought it was the guy fucking her, but he would have to eat his own that hot dog he's been fucking her with.
That's gross.
I can't believe I remember that.
Remember how every kid in middle school spread the same rumor about Marilyn Manson removing one of his ribs or 2 of his ribs so he could suck his own cock?
So yeah, that's right.
Everyone,
so he could suck his own cock.
Everyone spread that.
You remember when got hit in the head with a golf club and blood splurted out of the side of his head, and he was trying to catch it like this, and he was trying to catch his
like
own blood.
Sprinkler.
He was like, "What's going on?" Like, he was dazed.
Who hit him?
I think it was just an accident. Somebody was swinging back and he just standing in the wrong spot.
We went to this weird middle school where we had like extracurricular activities like golf and
But it was like bare
archery,
minimum. They wouldn't give us shit though.
Yeah, no. And there was like
No
one
room.
teacher per like 30 students.
We were playing golf next to the people
supervision.
playing archery, and they had to shoot arrows over us while we were hitting
Oh
balls
my
that
God.
way.
Balls as hard as
I
we could.
remember we were throwing the discus, dude, and I was horrible at it. And I tossed it, and it just went right over the heads of everybody. Like, if it would have been just a few inches lower, I would have killed somebody, dude. That's how bad this place is. No nets, no nothing.
We didn't even have like our own like changing rooms.
No lockers.
We had to go to PE in our regular
In our
clothes that we were already in.
Which is, dude, and then they'd send us on our way
Back to
sweaty
class.
to class, all
like-
sweaty and gross, man.
That was weird.
What?
Go run the mile and then go to English class or math.
Yeah.
Go do your algebra.
But don't change your clothes.
After running the mile in the same clothes, yeah.
Oh. And then, you know, especially when you run and then you stop running, you sweat like 20 times
Yeah.
more as soon as
You're
you
still
stop.
pumping.
Yeah. Man, that school was a trip, right?
It was so weird. And then I think that even like after they desperately knew that we needed a gym, they built like another library. And on top of the
they
other
built
library,
another
instead of a
library.
gym, they were like, "Yeah, let's."
Now, they have a gym now, though.
They better by now.
10 years too late, or not 13
when
years
we went
too
there.
late.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they do now. It looks pretty big too. It actually looks like a middle school now.
They're not running the mile in their collared shirts.
You know, when he brought up, and I had recently saw her on Facebook too, and I had added her, but she looks completely different, huh? Like, I remember her from middle school, and I think that's just the last time I've ever.
I think that
pictured
may
her.
have been my first kiss.
I forgot that you guys. It's so funny, dude. Middle school relationships, how everybody would date everybody. It was all just kind of not everybody would date everybody, but everybody would date. It was
so
just all
immature.
innocent.
Yeah.
It was innocent, you
Like,
know.
yeah.
Everyone was just curious. They were just kind of
What is this?
testing the waters,
Yeah.
you know. I remember going to middle school, to the movies with TJ. It was me, TJ, and another girl. But I remember TJ trying to macking all over, like hella grabbing her ass and shit. And I think we were still just in middle school, but it was just like as further than anything I've ever seen at that time. You know, it's like, oh shit,
We were
he's
all
getting
so
some.
innocent,
Yeah,
yeah.
he's fucking getting some. Oh my god. Yeah, but I don't know, man.
It's so funny.
Such a weird time. Middle school is such a weird time. It makes me think about what my little sister's going through right now in high school. Barely, you know.
Totally different now.
Like, what was her middle school experience like? I can't imagine it was anything like what ours was.
Oh no, we were going through that time when like still nobody had cell phones really. Like hardly like a select few people had cell
Nobody.
phones.
Yeah, I
Now
got.
everybody has a cell phone.
I remember getting a cell phone like the last day of school. Like I got it as like a graduating gift or something like that. A little flip phone with the camera.
Everybody knows everything about everyone
Everything.
at every moment instantly. Like it's totally different. They don't even talk to each other in person anymore. It's all like.
Well, I remember going out and playing makeup games of football out on the field. Just like that. I don't even know if that
Now
happens
everybody has
anymore.
their head down and they're looking at their phone.
Oh my god!
Like
Example or like
You guys are talking about middle school. I didn't go to middle school with you guys. That's why
Yeah,
I'm
but
just
you're
browsing
still-
on my phone.
You still went to middle school, right?
I didn't go to middle school with you guys, so I could just sit here and laugh at your guys'
What was your
conversation.
middle school like?
It don't really matter because you
Where'd
guys
you go,
don't know.
Tenaya?
I went to Cooper, but
Oh, okay. Where isn't that
Yeah.
off Dakota?
Bradley
Yeah.
Cooper
yeah. Oh, yeah. I
from The
definitely
Hangover.
did some Bradley Cooper.
What was that like?
We had this fucking fine ass fucking teacher.
That's all you remember from middle school?
Touched his junk on accident.
On accident or on
And his butt.
purpose?
I touched his butt a couple times on purpose. But I got away with it because he knew it was up. He's like, this fucking dirty
You
bitch.
got away with it, but
Yeah, because
you
he
were
was just
you were
like-
a minor,
I'm
so
pretty
he was
sure,
the
yeah,
one that was.
no,
Yeah, he
well,
was
I'm
the
pretty
one-
sure if he would have snitched me out, we both would have got in trouble.
Yeah, he would have been.
You both, or just him? And
Yeah,
you would have got a
just
slap
him.
on the wrist, and he would have been in prison.
You would have
They
got.
would've
You would.
taken
They
him
would have
away
given
from
you.
me.
They would have given you a golden star sticker while he got dragged
Man,
away.
He was fine as fuck.
You would
I
have.
bet you he's
You
fine
would have
as
been
fuck
considered
now.
the victim, but even though you were the one doing all of the like touching his.
It
ass
was
and
me.
shit.
I did it. I
But
wanted
they would have
it.
been like, "Oh, she didn't know what was
No, I
happening to
wanted
her.
it.
He was taking
I seen
advantage
them
of her."
cakes.
But you were the one, like,
walking by, and I would just cup them butt cheeks
Wait, where were you living when you went to Cooper?
right down the street
So-
on Western Dakota.
So the house that I knew you from first. That
We
you-
moved
you-
over there because my mom didn't want me going to Fresno High.
so that you would go to Bullard.
Yeah, she didn't want me going to school with Jessica
What?
because we were already fucking up.
Hey,
But I fucked up on my own.
hey, but that's that's kind of a way of showing you care. Hey, I want to put you in a good, better school.
Yeah, but she also let me stay
and
home
what do
with her
you
all
do,
the time.
Sandra? You just fuck
Yeah.
up on your own. You don't need Jessica to fuck up. You just do it all by
Yeah.
yourself.
You're a fuck up all on your own, Panda.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yep.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Hey,
We love you.
I know.
we're all fuck ups one way or another.
Yep.
dude.
She made some.
Remember that
bomb-ass
time when we
ceviche
got in
tonight?
trouble?
What,
I don't
what
even
did
like
we do?
bringing it up.
What happened?
When you didn't want to listen to me when I told you
Oh
you were
my
too drunk
god!
to drive.
Oh my god! I almost forgot about that.
Oh my god! I
Oh my
blocked that out of
God.
my memory.
I felt
And it's
so,
all her
No, it
fault.
wasn't because I
I'm
told him
kidding,
that.
I'm
I didn't want
kidding.
him to drive.
Never blamed you for that. Did I
I
ever
know,
blame
but
you for
I
that?
always felt like it was my
It was
fault.
never your fault. No, it was. I was the one behind the wheel. I did it. My own decision.
Dude, that affected your life for like years
It
to come.
fucked my life. But it was. I never blamed you, Sandra. It was
I know.
never your
I just felt bad because it was kind
It
of.
wasn't your fault ever. I wanted.
He
to
only
do-
he only really blamed you a lot.
only
SD suck a dick.
never. That was.
Preferably a 2-inch.
Well, what
toad.
happened? What happened?
We went to some black girl's birthday party. It was her 21st
Well, okay, wait,
birthday. I don't even
Panda,
remember
you
her
fill
name.
in fill in the gaps. Who is that?
It was Kanisha's party.
Who's
Kanisha.
that? Who is
Just
that?
I didn't
a
even know
family
her.
Friend.
So
Yeah.
you didn't so you weren't even, you just wanted a party to go to, huh?
Yeah.
Well, she was dating my cousin. That's why
Oh,
they were
okay.
like, "Oh, come over."
Okay.
So.
And I had a car, and she was just like,
And drinking.
Well, no, he
ensued.
was already coming over because we were out. That was when I was with we were hanging out anyways, and she had texted me because we didn't have shit to do, and I was just like,
You
"Oh,
remember,
let's go."
remember when you used to live in like that little like
That's
shack?
where we were at. That's where
That little
it was a back house. It
And
wasn't
I was
a shack.
like, let's blow this popsicle shack and let's go to a
Yeah.
fucking black girl's 21st birthday.
Hell yeah, let's go get fucked up on a water
So that's
slide.
what
There
the
was a
fuck we
water
did.
slide too.
And
Water
it was
slide bounce
fun.
house.
It was hella cool. I met a bunch of dudes that taught me a bunch about like graffiti and
Yeah.
like cool shit, like stuff that's way out of my like group of people that I would normally be hanging out with. Like they're exposing me to things that I wouldn't normally know about, or like. But that's the type of shit I like to like just get into, and like I like to hang out with people that are maybe like don't even speak the same language, but you get to learn a lot from doing that type of stuff. Hanging out with people that maybe you don't have the most in common with, but you still like get along and get to like experience stuff. I don't know. It's cool. I like doing that type of stuff, and not like there's a limit to it though. You have to still get along and be able to communicate to an extent, you know, like.
And so later that night, Pam was like, "Oh, I want to go home now."
No, it was time for us to go home.
Yeah, the party was winding down. We had played like I don't even know how many rounds of beer pong, and
Well, there's no option just to crash there.
no, I didn't
There's
even
way
know
too
her.
many
Like that's the
fucking
thing. I
people
didn't
there,
even
yeah.
know her. Like I was like I already felt like not unwelcome. I
It was
felt
just- it
totally.
was
We were
so-
literally getting off the freeway
But-
close to the house too.
It was a Suburban. You should just crashed in the car or slept in
We
there.
were all fucked up.
Hindsight's 2020.
Yeah.
I mean, if I could go back and rewind time, then fuck yeah, I wouldn't go drive.
Well, did you ever feel like you were
I
that
didn't.
buzzed?
No, actually, the funny thing is, I've driven way more fucked up, like hella more times than that. Like that night, like I was like totally in control, and even the cops were like, "Damn, you blew hella high alcohol, but you seem like you're
Then what was-
functioning like."
it was a light thing, wasn't it?
Yeah, they're like, if I drink as much as you, if I blew that
And
much,
you're
I would be
swerving a little bit.
fucking.
No, I mean, oh, you were swerving.
No,
Okay.
I wasn't.
They didn't say that was what it was?
No,
Well,
I
they'll
didn't
say
signal.
that. They'll
I didn't
always say
signal.
that.
Well, okay.
Oh, it might have been
You
the
just
signal,
remember.
yeah.
You just made me remember. At the last minute, she was like, "This is the exit."
Oh, that's
so
right.
So I had to like swerve, and I didn't signal. So they got me for not
Yeah.
using my turn signal.
Did something similar to me, and it caused me to go to jail because I was on probation and we were all drinking, and I wasn't supposed to be drinking, and was driving, and then he was like, "Oh, here's the turn," and then he took the
Oh
turn
my
real
God.
A
fast,
little
you know,
bit like that, yeah.
and it was
But-
like, yeah. So,
shouldn't
and then
have
there was
been
a
driving
cop
in the
right
first
behind
place.
us. A cop was.
But
over.
I was literally the only car on the road. It was like 2 a.m. There was
Well,
no
that-
fucking
that was part of
cars.
the problem too.
Yeah, that was profiling though, because like, yeah, I didn't use my signal.
Well-
But who the fuck am I signaling for? There's no one.
Jesus.
Yeah, Jesus, take the
That's
wheel.
kind of like sitting at a red light on an empty street with no cars coming,
Yeah.
but you're just sitting there waiting for the light to turn. Lately, I've kind of been saying fuck it and just going because I'm coming home at random hours in the morning,
shut up.
so I'll just breeze right through them sometimes. Is that buddy? Huh? But yeah, dude.
That was my first DUI, my only DUI. Hopefully, I never get another one. Fucking knock on wood.
Oh yeah, that's right. You didn't even say it was a DUI that happened. You got pulled over and it was a DUI.
My
And
parents had to come pick me up.
you had nobody else you could have called. Who got Panda?
I lived with my parents. I was
Yeah, I
only
have no
20
idea.
years old. I wasn't even 21. Like, so even if I had 1%
Oh, I think
alcohol,
Christy did.
I was still breaking the law because I wasn't even legal age to drink yet.
Yeah.
And I don't even remember what I blew, like a 1.8 or 1.9 or something. It was. The cop even said, like, if I would blew that much, I would be like on the floor falling or something. But I was communicating with them, talking fine.
Yeah. Man, that's. And so, what was the first thing out of their mouths when they saw you, or you saw them?
Well, I already knew, like, I was pretty much fucked. They could smell it. That was the first thing he said. Like, I can smell it. Like, I was like, they were drinking, but I haven't been. But they could,
they what? They weren't. I
We were
wasn't
fighting in the
drinking.
fucking car. I was just like, shut the fuck up.
they could tell. Like, they could tell. And then they got me out and they issued the sobriety test. They made me.
They made you do it in front of them
on the side of the freeway.
in
yeah.
front of your mom and all that.
No, my
Oh.
mom wasn't there yet. They made us get off the freeway, And then they got a tow truck to take my car wherever the fuck.
So they let you, even though they knew you were drunk, they still let you get back in your car and drive it up the road a little bit?
No. I think one of the other cops took it or something, right? You guys were still in the car.
Yeah, we had to sit in the car and wait.
I was in the back of the cop car.
And they drove the car forward a bit? Like somebody...
Oh, no, we were when the tow truck... I think we were already gone by the time the tow truck came.
No, I mean, Nathan said they had moved it off the freeway. Somebody went in there and moved the car?
After they issued the sobriety test, they established that I was fucked, and then they moved the car. You guys were still with them, so I don't know what the fuck was happening. I was in the back of a cop car, so I don't know what...
Yeah, I think we were sitting in the car until we got to the parking lot, and then when we got to the parking lot, Christy came and picked us up. Or it was Mondo that came and picked us up, one of them.
Wait, so then why'd you call your mom? You didn't have to call your mom,
Who was going to pick him up? They told us to leave.
Oh,
they told us to leave. They didn't want us to stay.
But what if you were? What if you're like?
No one else.
They're my only ride.
He wasn't 21. We were drinking.
But you weren't getting arrested, right?
I probably should have been, but they were like, "Do you have anyone?" I live with my parents. I have no one else to call. Like, so then, who's going to take me? And like,
so they didn't.
My friends had a house
assume,
at that time.
They didn't assume that who you were in the car with might have been your only ride home.
I was their ride home.
No, I mean, like, because she was obviously getting picked up. So whoever picked you up, Panda, got there before Nathan was even done with all that shit that was going on, or what?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Cops are really good at
questioning
you and making you like incriminate yourself, and especially when you're under the influence, you'll just they're asking you questions, and they're just like. They don't even say, like, have you been drinking? They're like, how much have you had to drink?
Not yet.
So that
they word it in the way so when you answer it, it sounds like you're guilty already.
Yeah. I didn't know how to handle it at the time. Like,
and you know what? With all this crazy shit that we see that with cops, dude, it makes me think back because, like, there's been times where I was super, super drunk. Like the time that I got pulled over with and shit there, I started yelling at the cop like, I know my rights, okay? I know you can't do it, and like
I'm always really cooperative. That's maybe why they let me call my parents instead of just taking me to jail.
The guy, he was I was gonna go to jail no matter what, but the guy was still super cool. Like he was he's like, yeah, I know, you know your rights. It's like,
well, I never confront them. I never like cause that friction. I always am really cooperative.
I was drunk as fuck, dude. I was pissed too, and I had already dealt with so many cops by that time that I was already knew, you know, I hated them with a passion by that point, I think.
Titties. Can you hear me?
Yeah. You're just getting into NWA.
Man, dude, yeah. And then that was the trip is like open beer bottles, like literally like a 30-pack, empty 30-pack just sprawled all in the back seat. Everybody's drunk as fuck. They let and the other friend we were with drive away.
What the fuck?
Yeah. They drove home.
Dude,
they drove home, dude. And was driving. I was in the passenger seat. I wasn't even driving.
A few months back, I was actually I went to all these clubs that I'd never been to before. Like my roommate's brother, he knows everybody. Everywhere we go, like he recognized somebody. Somebody would come up to him. Yo,
who are you talking about?
Brother.
That guy that's here?
No, other one. But he took me out on the night that I will never forget. We went club hopping all over the place. He was getting table service. Like at one point, he's got like face tattoos, so they weren't even going to let him in. But he flashed some money, and they let him in. Not only did they let us in, they got us a private table and brought us like a whole bucket of beers, like all this stuff. I don't know how much money he spent that night, but like he fucking.
Where's this person at? We need to go party.
He's in the Bay Area. I actually sold my scooter to him. But that's nice.
Is that who it went to?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, and then we're with one of his friends was driving. We had we're already finishing up the night. We're on our way home. We're like 2 or 3 blocks away from the house, and we get pulled over.
Fuck!
And we're pulled over. They're questioning him, and Burns is on parole, so they're really questioning him about all this stuff. We got a little bit of weed on us, I think.
And he was drinking too.
Oh yeah, we were all drinking, and the whole time, like I'm questioning the cops, like they're interrogating them, and I'm interrogating the police. I'm just like, so now that weed's legal, what are all the laws about this? And I was asking because I really am genuinely curious and I don't know. And even the cop couldn't answer my questions.
Of course not. Dude.
I was just like, so how much are we allowed to carry on us? Or like, what now with all these laws passed? And they don't even know. So like, how are they enforcing this
what did
shit?
they do with it? Your bud that you had? Did they make
I
you
think
do
they
it?
let us keep it, actually. I don't even remember, but...
Dude,
he was on parole, though, so he could have been busted just for
my
being in the car with it.
Oh, yeah, of course. For him, yeah. Dude, I remember going out. We used to call it the spot. Kayla and I... Well, it was... And her friends and her brother, like, they knew this spot, like, out in Clovis that... I think it was... They called it the spot. Anyways, you would, like, go off of... It was, like, off Shepherd. But when you would take it all the way out towards Clovis, it would start getting to fields, kind of. And there was like a spot where like north of Shepherd, like there was like it was like built into like a hill because like you could just see it goes up like this. But there's like a road you can take up, and you go and you take it up, and then it's just flat up there. You know, it's weird because it's like 30 feet higher, but it's just flat. It's like fields, and they got cows and shit out there. But they got a windy road that goes all the way down to the end, and we would go out there to smoke and stuff. And one time, we were out there smoking. We had a really like one of those big like glass bongs I had just bought, and we were in the van. You remember the burgundy van?
Yeah.
and then we see some lights coming out towards the end of the road where we were at, and we're like, watch, it's gonna be a cop. And we were just like joking around, fucking around, and at that point, dude, we had a blunt, some bongs, and we had the windows rolled up. We were hotboxing the van, and like as soon as the car started getting a little bit closer, the spotlight turns on, just boom, just hits us, and we're like, fuck, what are we gonna do? And so real quick, I had the car on already anyways, and so I turned on the AC real fast, and I started rolling down the windows. And as soon as I started rolling down the windows, combination with the AC blasting, it just blew all this smoke like right out the window, you know. And here comes the guy walking up. It's like, what are you guys up to out here? It's like, oh, you know, just hanging out, just... You know, while like my eyes are bloodshot,
what
dude.
What are you doing out here?
Yeah, what are you doing out here? And he's like, well, you know, there's been a lot of calls about parties and teenagers having sex out here. It's like, oh, is that right? Well, it was me in the passenger seat. Oh my god, dude, his eyes were so red. Like this was when wasn't even smoking that much. She would smoke, but like nothing crazy, and she was smoking a lot that night, and her eyes were so bloodshot, and she was like trying to avoid eye contact with the cop, so she kept looking back at me because I was in the passenger seat or the driver's seat, but he stood on the passenger side. I think either way, I kept looking at and she was looking at me, or either way, but I just remember how red her eyes were, and the cop just, even though this smoke is just like hitting him in the face, dude, he's like, all right, well, you know, get out of here. And nothing, no searching, no nothing, dude. And he even went as far as like he was shining his light in the back of the seat, and there was like brother and cousin. And I remember I had the middle seat all taken out. It's like all big enough, so everybody's all sitting down right on the floor. And I just remember after that, dude, feeling so happy, like so relieved that we got away with that, dude. It was a trip because it was back in like high school, and it was when you think of getting caught with weed as something that's like a big deal, you know. But I think that's when I started feeling super comfortable with carrying weed all the time. Like after that, I was like, oh, nobody gives a fuck about that. And I started taking ounces too. Remember cart?
Yeah.
Dude, I started taking ounces to cart because I
remember that.
Yeah, dude. And I would sell it over there, and we would go to his house after that. Man, those were... You guys left after 1 year of that shit, huh?
Yeah, I think so. That's a whole nother story.
Oh my god, you're right. There's so much to that one too. Holy fuck.
We need to talk about cart. We need Ryan for that.
Yeah, we need Ryan for that.
But that reminded me of this. When I just got pulled over the month ago or two, when I was just telling you about, I was interrogating the cops, questioning them about all that weed shit, And out of all the people, they were just like, everybody's all fucked up. And they're just like, how much have you had to drink and how long ago? And I was like, oh, only a couple beers, like 4 hours ago. And they just took me at my word. And they're like, okay, you drive. And they gave me the
Okay,
keys.
you drive.
Wow.
Like, cool. And I'm used to driving a manual, and this is automatic. So I'm like sitting here in an automatic car trying to shift. And like, I'm drunk as fuck still, but they let me drive home.
Fuck,
It was so
dude.
weird.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
You know, there was a story that I had about getting pulled over with TJ. We didn't get into it because it's pretty dark too, you know. But, you know, I don't know, man.
You could save it for another time.
Yeah,
Maybe when
well,
he's here
it's just-
again.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. Was it gonna be like that again? You know.
I don't know. Did you guys feel like it was that bad?
No, well, not
Maybe
That, just so
it
you guys
just-
know, that was the first time like I've actually hung out with TJ, and that's how he acted with me. Like, I'm cool. Like, we've never even really had a conversation other than what I told you he had messaged me that one time. That was it. Like, we've never talked, we've never nothing. So when he came at me that way, I was just like, oh, all right, I'm cool off you.
Yeah, because he almost kind of made it a big deal when you had called me a bitch, and then,
Yeah, right?
Like as if like don't what you why are you letting her call you a bitch? Like what?
Right?
So
And then
what?
it's just like, fuck, dude, whatever. Like, that's why I told him when I go, well, you don't like it? And he's like, no. I go, well, then you go eat some shit then. And I started laughing, and I was just like, I don't give a
think
fuck, laugh or
he has
not.
a lot of like, I don't know. He seems like he's really like original and like he thinks for himself and all this stuff. But I think he's also like really influenced by like other shit and like what appears to be like original thought and ideas. Maybe actually stuff that he's
Dude,
taken
well,
from
you
other-
also got to think nothing is original anymore.
Yeah, that's true. But it just he tries to like I don't know seem like he's just
Better than us?
maybe in a way. I don't know how to even put it really, but at the same time, I can tell that it's all like not stuff that he came up with. Like he's just like he's gotten all this like he's learned all this from other people. So it's like sitting here and like the thing with you calling him a bitch, it's like almost like a sexist thing. Like who gives a fuck? Like
Yeah.
I just called her a bitch, so like why can't she call me a bitch right back?
No, well, see, that was weird.
Exactly.
That was weird because like Panda
And I
called,
hadn't even
Panda,
called him shit at all. Like, I hadn't even
But
talked
it's
to
just
him.
how
Well,
we
no, that was the
talk.
thing because Panda called me a bitch. I laughed about it. He kind of was like, "What?" You know,
but
he's
it's
like,
just not.
but then,
Because he doesn't get how we are.
but then you called her. But then you called
I
her a
was
bitch
taking
right
it
after.
a little bit further. Yeah, I was trying to make a joke.
Yeah, but then
Yeah, but I
then,
laughed it off,
but
too.
But that's the thing. But then when you did that, that's when he started laughing
no,
like it
like,
was funny.
I didn't even say anything when he
Yeah.
told me,
You know what I'm saying?
can you guys
Sexist,
shut
kind
this
of.
bitch up? Like, I didn't even say shit to him. I wasn't even talking. I've been sitting here quiet. And as soon as I say something to you guys,
You
he
were
said
quiet.
that.
Why were you
yeah.
quiet, though? You
Because
should've
as soon
spoke
as
up.
he told me that, no, because you guys know how I am. If you're gonna
Yeah.
fucking come at me that way, there's already hot air in the fucking area. Like, bitch, like, I'm gonna shut the fuck up because we're both gonna go at it.
As soon as the door shut after he left,
Like,
you
I
had
couldn't
a
believe
lot
he
to
said
say.
that. I was just like, are you really, motherfucker? The first time you're even around me, you're gonna come at me like that? Like, what the fuck?
It's just, I don't know, man.
Like, I am cool off him. Like,
I don't know. Well,
I'm
maybe
cool.
that's. I mean, never stayed.
I don't
that
need to be
close.
around
Well, when he
people like that.
when he called you a bitch, I felt like he was saying it not in a joking way.
yeah, exactly. That's why I was like, well, how the fuck is he gonna come at me like that when I hadn't said shit to him all fucking day?
And what do you say? He's like,
He's all, can somebody,
somebody
shut this bitch up? Or somebody, or slap this bitch or something like that. I go, I wish a motherfucker would.
He said, yeah.
Yeah, he said, well, somebody slapped this bitch, and I go, I fucking wish he would. I motherfucking wish he fucking
Damn,
would.
Yeah, that's right. And
You
then I
already
was trying
fucking
to
know what would
continue
happen.
joking, but I didn't even like. Wow. Now that I'm thinking back and realizing
He wasn't fucking joking, and I wasn't fucking joking. That's
No.
why I shut the fuck up.
Damn. What the fuck?
Yeah, like I felt like it wasn't in a joking way at all.
Like, I'm sorry, but TJ doesn't know me. Like, you guys know that. He doesn't know me.
Yeah.
I don't
Why
even
is he
know
coming
him.
at
I
me
don't
like
know him
this?
either. Like I
Well,
thought I did.
you know what it probably is he probably heard us joking around and he thought like maybe he thought he'd get in on the fun.
Yeah,
Like,
well,
think he has-
with the attitude like that, you're not no fun. Sorry.
I think he has like a definitely like gender bias type of thing where like females
like
have
a-
a role and the males have
Right.
a role and they have to
and they
stick,
stick to him.
Yeah, and
And the female's role is to shut the fuck up and that's it.
pretty
Don't say
much.
anything.
Yeah, it's not like that.
I don't think so either.
Too bad, huh?
Exactly.
A lot of people think that way,
I know. Which is so weird because it's like, what are they not people? Like they're not almost exactly like us, you know?
I don't know. I've been realizing that a lot more though. Not just in gender stuff though, but everybody thinks that they're fucking like golden gods. And
Everybody thinks they're the best, dude.
they have some right to judge everyone else, but it's like they're ignoring all their flaws and everything else.
Yep.
And I just think nobody can sit here and judge anybody else. Like we're all living our own
Nobody's
lives. And we're all original.
Dude, nobody's.
There's no one right, true way to live. So who's to sit here and say you're doing it wrong? Because there's no right way. Everybody's living their lives. You can't say they're doing it wrong. I don't know. I had to take a piss though.
Okay.
Make sure you wash your hands.
Oh,
Oh, what was that?
okay. Sorry, it's all good. Oh, that was a trip. Long time now.
Yeah, I'm cool off that phone.
You know, when we were in the car coming back from the grocery store, or whenever I first told you that I was coming by, it sounded like everything was cool. It was fun.
I don't know what his fucking deal is with me, and I really don't care, because I've never done shit to him for him to be like that with me, so.
Well, he also said that he was just talking shit, just to talk shit, you know, just fuck around. And that's why he was, like, telling Nathan, like, to quit being a pussy and shit.
Yeah, but he literally came at me the wrong way with that.
Well, no, with you, that was kind of like...
that was
whoa.
fucking... Like I said, what the fuck did I ever do to him?
Yeah.
Nothing. Like, grow the fuck up. Straight up, grow the fuck up. Get your head out of your ass. Like, he's another version of Fred. Like, he's even a worse version of Fred. That's why I was just like, when he said that, I was just like...
Wait, is that like the kind of shit, like... He talked to you like that?
No, like, the way he fucking did that, that just fucking straight up reminded me of it. And I was just like... I need to shut the fuck up because already have all this fucking anger.
I mean, like, Fred, he would, in a way, he would kind of say it in that way.
He would be drunk and shit. He would be so fucking mean to me, dude. Like, get the fuck off me. Why the fuck are you here? Like, exactly. Why am I here? Like, you're mad when I'm gone in the morning, but you want me here when you get home from work and you're all fucked up. Like, I don't get it. Why am I here?
Wait, when would he say that? In the morning time?
Well, no, when he would come home all fucked up, he would be mean to me sometimes. And then, like, the first time we got drunk together, the first time he came home drunk, he was mean as fuck to me. And I was just like...
And how soon after you moving there did he show up drunk?
I think it was, like, maybe a week after. That the first time he did that.
But that first week, he went without drinking?
No, we were both drinking. Like, we would go out... He would work, I would go to work, you know, it was all fine and everything until that day he didn't come home. That's when I was just like, I'm not going to do this.
So, wait, but that was only one day?
It takes only one day not to motherfucking come home and not to tell me shit. Like, what the fuck am I going to be sitting here for if you're fucking out? You're not answering the phone. You're not texting me back. What the fuck am I supposed to know what the fuck you're doing?
His phone was on and shit? Like,
yeah,
his phone
and
was
then
ringing?
he wouldn't even
that's... I mean, it would have been different if his phone was, like, dead, right?
Yeah,
like,
and then he says, I got drunk and I passed out at the punk house. Motherfucker, you were on the phone when I fucking text you. You read my text message. You couldn't fucking tell me you ain't coming home?
How do you know he read your text?
Because you get the fucking red text message, the red notification.
You know what's the worst is when you text them and stuff, and you know that they got the text.
Yeah, you know that because they're always on their fucking phone.
On social media, posting stuff after that, so you know that they've been on their phone. You know that they had the time to go post something on Facebook, but yet they couldn't respond to your text.
It's so weird, right? People are so weird. Why? I mean, I'm sure I've done it too.
Because he's a controlling piece of shit. Like, I'm sorry, you can't control me.
Well, no one can control anybody unless they're going to take it against their will. No, but he literally thought that
he was going to make me stay home while he was out at work getting drunk, and I was just going to be there every day to deal with it.
What is it he was looking for? Somebody that would just do every word he says? Like
pretty much somebody that was there when he got home, just somebody that was there for
whose
him.
whole life was just Fred.
Pretty much, yeah. Pretty much.
Just
that's
Fred,
why when I cut on, I was like,
Fred 24/7 of Fred. What a name, dude.
Then it got to the point where he told me I couldn't go to Strummers anymore when he was working, and I'm just like,
isn't that always? Like,
yeah, like I'm there either way before I even fucking met you. What do you mean I can't go over there?
You'd have to get a restraining
How long
order.
has he been working there for?
You can't tell somebody
Like
where
a year.
to go.
No, this was when we were together. He was saying I can't go to work with him every day, and I was just like,
But he can't.
What
Nobody
the fuck?
can tell you that. Nobody has the right
yeah,
to tell
he
somebody
seems
else
to think,
where to go
everyone
or
seems
where
to
to
think
be.
that I'm not gonna go over there now. I'm like, I'm gonna go over there if I want to. Like, if my friends are gonna be there, I'm gonna go over there. I don't care if he's there or not. Like, I'm not gonna let him ruin my day. I told
Nobody
you,
can do that.
like, I tried
Like,
to
I
make
was
a
telling-
point yesterday.
I was telling Panda.
If you know, like, listen, if he was to see me just on the street, just across, like, we were in Tower and he was across the street, he see me walking, him alone, him seeing me would ruin his fucking day. Like,
What?
I know for a fact, just him seeing me would just kill him.
Why?
Because it's all his fault, and he knows it's his fault. He knows he pushed me away. He knows what he lost. Like, he already said, like, he's straight. That's why that's why he was talking all that shit to me.
But if that's just how he is, he's never gonna. Nothing's gonna change. You know.
Yeah.
That's. So then what? Eventually, he's just gonna move on to the next girl. Like, he's gonna try to get to.
Well, I wouldn't doubt he already has, because he's kind of a fucking hoe like that.
Then what?
That's why I'm like, I don't
Did you
understand.
know any of this before?
I barely started talking to him. That's why I was like, okay.
So then why don't you?
Let's change the subject.
Well, it's sad though, because like sometimes we love people and it's not reciprocated.
Yeah.
And
Or
Like,
it's not
I can
mutual.
say-
It's not mutual.
Okay, yeah, but I
you know.
never had like those strong feelings for him. He's the one that told me he loved me like a week into the fucking relationship.
Yeah, but at the
That's
same
why I'm like, you can't sit here and flip that shit on
But
me.
at the same time, you got a responsibility to yourself, not to put yourself
exactly.
through
Why
some
do you think I
bullshit.
got up and why do you think I left?
Yeah, but
'Cause I'm not
how long
gonna
did
sit
you
there-
put up with it before getting up and going?
that's what I want to.
A week straight of it.
a week,
That's
a
what
week
I'm saying.
too
A week,
long.
yeah.
A week too long.
And if not,
it
I would have been
doesn't-
dealing like what I did with Mike, just a constant fucking year of the bullshit, and I wasn't going to do that.
I was kind of in a situation sort of similar to that, but I was in love with someone who didn't love me back in the same way.
Yeah.
And I would have, it wouldn't taken me a week. It would have taken me forever. I would have stayed loving that person forever. It didn't matter until finally one day I had to be the one to be like, because they were going to just keep leading me on, being like, oh, we can't be together right now.
Oh,
And, like,
wait, she
stuff
would
like
tell you
yeah,
that?
shit like that. Just like keeping me on the hook and like just
Oh,
leading me
man.
on and stuff like that. So then I finally had to be the one
that,
to ruin it.
That's a special kind of evil.
No, yeah,
dude.
because as long as that was going on, I was always going to be there waiting. So I had to finally be the one to push it to the end, to ruin it, to where she wanted nothing to do with me. Because as long as she was keeping me on that hook like that, then I was going to stay on the hook because I loved her that much. No matter
about
what.
her, what
about
made
her?
you feel that? I mean,
Dude, like-
you, if it never was flourished into anything, even like, was it ever intimate?
Yes, it was. And that's what I was saying. Like, she was leading me on, keeping me on the hook. And we were basically everything that a boyfriend and girlfriend was without the label of a boyfriend and girlfriend.
And then just faded back to nothing.
Yeah.
What such a trip, man? What is the point of that? Do you think she got off like pulling you along or leading you on and shit?
I think she got off on the secrecy of it. Like being
What did she have? Was she with somebody else at the same time?
No, not that I know of, but like just the fact that we were in this like intimate relationship, but nobody knew about it. We weren't calling ourselves boyfriend and girlfriend, but we were still like doing all this stuff. And I think she wanted to be polyamorous or like have an open relationship. And like I would have been even down for that, but she wouldn't even call me.
Really?
She wouldn't even call me
I
her
don't know,
boyfriend
man.
in an open relationship. So at that point, I started getting self-conscious. I started getting insecure. Like, why doesn't she want to call me her boyfriend? Like, why? Like, it wasn't even about me.
Did you ask her?
Being like her being my girlfriend or like this possessive thing. I think she kind of thought it was like that too. Like I wanted to be possessive or own her or something, but it was never about that.
But did you?
I just
but did
wanted
you
her
kinda,
to feel like
did
she
you
loved
kind of
me
give
back.
that vibe a bit, like
Maybe,
that you were
maybe, yeah. That's probably what I ultimately
would that drive you away if somebody was like that?
That's why I finally cut it off with Mike.
Oh shit!
Because he thought I was gonna be here like every time he went back to his baby mama. He always thought I was gonna be here.
That's a totally different situation, though. There was no baby mama.
Yeah, I know, but you're saying the thing about leading on. That's what he was doing. He was leading me on.
Well, no. I was saying
Nathan
about Nathan because he was
every situation is totally different. It's
weird
to compare
because Nathan was saying because you said you kind of drove her away, right? Because of the way
by wanting
like that
to
you were kind of being
together.
Possessive. Like
no,
not saying that you were, but that she might be
perceiving it that way.
Yeah,
but it was never about that. I just wanted it wasn't about her being my girlfriend. It was about me being her boyfriend.
What kind
and her calling me that and being proud of that. Instead, I felt like she was ashamed of me. Like she was hiding me from everybody.
Would you bring these things up every day, kind of thing?
No, maybe it seemed like that to her, but it was stuff that was really weighing on me. Stuff that I really felt like I should be able to talk to her about this kind of stuff.
Well, see, and from the man, that should have been a huge red flag right there.
It was, but I still was so in love with her, dude, that I was willing to ignore all of that.
What is love, dude, other than chemicals in our fucking brains?
I don't know. I had this thing built up in my mind for so long about the way things are supposed to be and how it's supposed to be. You're supposed to settle down and get a wife and have a family and a kid and a white picket fence.
I want a family for
sure. But I loved this girl for 15 fucking years, dude. Maybe I don't know,
15 years.
Yeah, I really would have done anything.
Wait, and how long did it take to finally get intimate with her?
Well, she was with my roommate, my best friend.
Nato.
Yeah, it's a long story. Dude, I fucking love her so goddamn much though, and
that's why, because she would be around with your buddy, and you guys got close that way.
Actually, my roommate was the one that put it in my mind in the first place. He was like, "Hey, you should date her. You should get."
After they broke up?
No, before that, even before they were together, and I was I never even thought about it until then. I was like, "Wait,
shut up!
That's a good idea because she's hella cool. I like her a lot." And then they ended up getting together, and that's when I was like,
"Wait, is this that white girl?" The one that she would still even just a year ago was going to your house over there?
Not a year ago. It's been 3 or 4 years now.
I thought there was a girl you were kind of digging.
Oh, you're talking about Kat? No, that was
completely different situation.
Story. We could talk about that if you want, but that's a whole other thing.
So, did I ever meet the other one? Was that from church then?
Yeah,
I thought so. Man. Yeah. And so it got super serious for a bit, and then just
not even really.
Not
to me, it was, but to her, it wasn't. I was just an experiment to her. She was just passing the time, and she was a virgin, and she never really tried anything. So for me, it was she was just crossing shit off of her list of stuff to
how
try.
far did it go then? It didn't go.
Oh, we had plenty of fun, but it was. The closest I was ever going to get to what, in my mind, I had built up to be the ultimate fucking end all be all.
Yeah, the answer to every
my goals
question.
For life was to be with this woman, and I would do anything for that. So
you know what's funny, dude, is
it didn't matter what I was doing. I would, as long as I was with her, it didn't matter. I would fucking. That's all I fucking wanted. That's all I cared about. And it wasn't about this possessive thing. It was just you
just wanted the answer. You wanted, I bet you wanted it resolved.
And I said, dude, even being polyamorous, if we were in an open relationship, still I would consider that fucking awesome. That she fucking would call me her boyfriend and we could still.
Well, I mean, how do you feel about that in general though? I don't know if I would feel okay with that.
I don't mind. I did at first, but I've opened my mind to it, and I feel there's nothing wrong with it.
What do you think of that, Panda? Would you share your boyfriend?
No.
I'm the minority.
Sorry.
I don't think there's anything.
Yeah, me neither. Fuck that shit.
But it's got to be an open thing. You can't be.
What if the other guy fucks better than me, dude? Eh,
Then I'm sorry, but I'm gonna leave your
good.
ass.
yeah, see.
But if she still comes home to you at night and like,
Oh,
No.
no, it doesn't work like that, dude. She's not going to be
doesn't?
coming home to me that night. That's for fuck sure if that was the
Bitch,
case.
you're gonna be fucking
but what
going
if
home to
you
your...
what if you had sex with some other woman that same day? Like it was totally cool.
But what if the other woman, I didn't even care? I mean, we're not talking about the other women. We're talking about
Well,
the woman.
see, you're talking about you want to be in a monogamous relationship,
No,
and she wants to be polyamorous. It's got to be open both ways.
Right, of course
If
it
one
does.
person wants to be monogamous and the other one
Exactly.
doesn't, then it's not going to work.
That's what
be
I'm saying. It would,
both people-
it would never work with me. I couldn't be with somebody like that.
See, well, if you were both open to it, then it would totally work.
And you're open to well,
Yeah.
but what if she was getting like way more than you were? What if she was like,
Dude, that's the thing. Then I say, if you like the guy, and if you want to be with him, then go be with him. If not, then that's fine. And that's the thing. Like once you release that like need to, I don't know, whatever it is, but there's no like you got to have some sort of power or something. I don't know what it is, but it's just like once you get rid of that, then there's like no need for any of this anymore. Like then she kind of gets tripped out. Like when you tell her like go be with that guy if you like him, yeah, go do it. Then she's like kind of. Then she starts thinking like, wait,
Well-
why don't you want me to be? Why do you want me to, like? It's kind of weird, but it's like it shouldn't be this weird, trippy, fucking psychological game. We should all just be able to love whoever we want to love, and
well, see,
it
but it
shouldn't
doesn't
be like everybody's trying.
Well, you can't really say you can just love whoever you want to love because when you say that, then what if the person doesn't love you back? Then you start being the creep. You know what I mean? You can't just.
I mean, I was using love in the form, in a general term, is like almost like sex. If you want to have sex with whoever you want to have sex with.
Even that's kind of the same. You can't just go and fuck anybody you want, right?
No, obviously it's got to be consensual.
Yeah, it's got to go both ways. I mean, it's good.
Of course.
So what if? So that's what I'm saying. There's gonna be people that you like that don't like you back.
I know. I'm talking about polyamory, and just if you.
Well, even that though, right? I mean, it's
That's
still about.
why you can love anybody, and you don't have to like.
But even that, it still comes down to people you like or don't like.
But it doesn't. You don't have to be jealous, though. You don't have to be like, oh, she's fucking.
I don't
somebody
believe
else
it. I
or
don't believe
whatever.
it for a second that jealousy doesn't exist in a poly.
I think that it maybe it's a natural thing. Like we all have it, but it's still like once you can overcome it. Then it be
you know why?
It's like your ego.
Because
it's an ego thing.
Well,
and
no,
if you
well,
can get
think
past
about it.
that, then you can.
People naturally pick favorites. That's why we have best friends. That's why we have.
I'm not denying that we have favorites and that we have.
So what
like,
happens when somebody
preferences.
picks somebody over another person?
Then you are happy for them because they're going on and doing something.
You would have to pull that happiness out of someplace pretty deep, you know.
If you love them, you want the best for them, no matter what. And if that means being with someone else that makes them happy, then you fucking are
that.
happy for them.
Yeah.
That's what that's about. Loving everybody, loving and in the moment, being in the moment, and loving just that. And it doesn't have to be this forever thing. It's just being in the moment and loving that moment.
And then what about after that moment?
And after that, you talk about something, you cuddle, you
Talk
say,
about
hit
stuff.
the bricks. I don't know.
You talk about stuff.
It doesn't matter. It's just like we can sit here and bullshit, talk about whatever the fuck. It's cool. We could be fucking having sex. It'd be cool. And then after, what are we going to do after this podcast? I don't know.
Oh, yeah. I don't know, man. It seems kind of like a far-fetched concept to me.
But that's what it was to me too. But I've been able to change my opinion about it.
How? But the reason you changed your opinion about it was because of one girl. Not because you want multiple people, because you want this one girl,
But
right?
she also opened my mind to multiple things like veganism.
Then
like,
who else were you into at that
all
time?
kinds of stuff. Like, I don't really
Her, just
necessarily
her,
have
right?
a type. Like I think the first girl I lost my virginity to was an Asian chick, and that was an awesome experience.
Yeah.
I mean, like I don't necessarily have a type, but you gain experiences from all these different people.
But that also came with pain at the same time.
Sure.
Right?
Sure, it did. And I wouldn't change it. Like I would change it for sure, but like I wouldn't take it away. I wouldn't erase it because I gained so much from it, and like it was painful as fuck, dude. I attempted suicide, honestly. Like, and that was
Well, yeah,
dark,
man.
dark
because
time.
we'll think of we were still super young, man. And the thing was,
I learned, and
you've been with some
I wouldn't take it
manipulative.
away. I would change it, but I wouldn't erase it.
Well,
if that makes any sense.
There's a lot of manipulative people out there, man. That just only looking for their own gain. Satisfy their own.
It's better
self.
to have loved and lost than to have never loved.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess.
Yeah, but like not just the whole polyamorous thing. She changed my mind about vegans and vegetarians and like that. That's a.
I didn't know you were a vegetarian, Nathan.
I was vegan for like a.
You changed for, dude. Okay,
No,
now you're starting to get into some.
I still believe to this day. I'm not a vegan now, but I still do believe that they are the most peaceful.
But the reason. But did you do that because you thought that was a good idea, or did you do it because you knew this is what she liked and you were trying to please her?
I wanted to do what she liked,
and you're trying to please her.
I do she convinced me.
You know what? That was probably part of why.
Through my own investigating and my own research,
you know what,
I did find out for myself that.
What if she didn't like that you just kept trying to please her all the time? You know what I mean?
Maybe that was part of it. Who knows?
I bet that gets annoying.
If I was
after
just
a while.
eating steaks in front of her face, she wouldn't have liked that. Like, I think she would have preferred me maybe changing for her, and maybe she would have taken that instead of just eating fucking tri-tips and burgers and shit in front of her. Like, that would have turned her off for sure.
So then, you finally brought it up. The whole you just wanted to know where you guys were at, like what was happening. Right.
Yeah, and I should have known. Like, it was such a red flag. She's just like, I don't want to hurt you. And I was like, you're never going to hurt me. Like, I fucking love this. This is the best thing ever. And, like, she's like telling me to kiss her and stuff. I'm like, yes, you're the only one I want to kiss. And, like, fuck yeah. Like, this is like a dream come true for me. But, like, I should have realized right then and there that she was like, this isn't going to last. Like, we have an expiration date. Like,
everything does, man.
But she knew that going into it. That's the thing. Like, that was different. Well, that's the difference between me and her. Like, I was going into it. She knew the
expiration date already.
Putting my whole, like, I would do anything for this.
She probably had it all planned out, dude. Like, from the moment it started.
Yeah.
And what she wanted to get out of it.
Hindsight's 2020. But at the time, I was just like, this is fucking perfect. What do you mean you don't want to hurt me? This is so cool.
But see, like,
she
to the point where, like,
she was going to break my heart.
That you're like, okay, and that, what if you know you're gonna be hurting this person? You know that these things are gonna destroy this person. What kind of person still goes through with it? She knew that I was
safe. She knew that I loved her and would do anything for her. So she felt that I was comfortable and safe, and she could do stuff with me that she wouldn't be able to do with a stranger. Because she also suffered from like super anxiety. Like she couldn't go out of the house hardly. Like, I got her to go to a concert.
So then, what about maybe safe got boring? I guess.
I don't know, man. Who's to say? I'm not gonna sit here and try to get into her head or try to assume what she was thinking. But all I know is I am equally to blame. I fucked up. I should have known, and I could have.
Are you though?
If I could have gone back and been more open, how I'm polyamorous minded now, that how you think it's so far fetched. Maybe if I had that mindset from the beginning, we would have worked out. We could have still been in an open relationship to this day and been happy.
But would you have?
Who knows? Maybe. How do you know?
Or would it have changed nothing?
I don't know. That's the thing. We can't sit here and predict fucking hypothetical situations or what the hell. But
she never told you what it was. Would you want to know if you had an opportunity to know what exactly it was about you?
Yes, I would, but it doesn't matter anymore. Like,
doesn't it?
No, it doesn't matter anymore.
You don't think that could help you in the future?
That's what I wanted to know. That's what my whole question was, and she just ignored me. And
but how are you?
I think I've figured it out for myself. From what we're just been talking about, I kind of explained it a little bit, but yeah, it would be more closure for her to say it personally to me, and but she never would do that. And I tried to talk to her, and she would just ignore me, push me away, and that's why I eventually pushed her the furthest away, because she was doing that thing like, we can't be together right now, or like until next time. And stuff like that, and I was just like, "Fuck this!
Who says that?
I'm not gonna be here it's just waiting for you because I'm never going to be able to be with another woman. I'm never going to be able to experience the rest of my life because I'm just going to be sitting here waiting for her because I loved her that much that's what I would have done.
Has it even affected
So
you to the
I
point?
ended up pushing her away.
Even to this day, dude, you don't go out looking, or not looking, but you don't. You're not. It doesn't even seem like you're open to the idea.
Broken me, dude. I feel
like I bet there's been girls that have been into you that you probably didn't even realize it because you're just so like out of mind, you know.
I'm oblivious to that type of shit, and I rarely even pick up on it. And then I think by the time I do, it's already like she's moved on.
I think I do the same shit, dude. Or what I do is I second guess it. Like, is that what's really going on, or am I just creating this whole thing in my head?
Some people's personalities are just
like
really
that, right? Where they're just
flirty.
Yeah, and it's so confusing because like no, it's just they're just like that, you know. It's just how they are. It can't be anything else. But that's the thing. But what if it's not? You know, what if? But then you don't want to say nothing because then it could turn out to be
What's the worst that could happen?
I don't know, man.
Unless it's like something that's really close that you can.
Well, that's why fuck that. Not ever with anybody that's
dip the pen in company ink.
Yeah, fuck that shit. I'm fine with like how all my friendships are. I don't want anything to.
So what's wrong with like the internet dating thing? Like, what's wrong with that?
Panda's the only one with the problem with it. What's the problem, Panda?
What are you talking about?
Yeah, I know. You're just sitting here on your phone, probably on fucking Match.com.
Yeah, she's
talking
doing that.
Shit.
She's dating.
Fucking J-date.
She's on what?
What's creepy about it?
I don't know. It's just I'd rather go out and meet people in person. Like,
yeah,
I don't know.
Where's that guy?
I would rather do that too.
Obviously, I know nothing but fucking crazy ass motherfuckers. So you know.
Yeah.
I would rather go out personally and meet people at like a concert or something like that, or something that
where we
have a common interest.
We never go anywhere, dude.
I know,
we never go,
but
anywhere further than this.
I don't think
fucking
there's anything
living room.
wrong with the internet thing. Just because my personal.
But is that just us being lazy? Like, is that just pure laziness?
Yeah. Well, no, it's not pure laziness. It's also being busy and like not being able to afford to do shit.
Like for instance, I work fucking 6 days a week and at night. Like I can't even enjoy the night.
It's expensive to go out though.
But that's the thing. Like I have enough money to be able to go out and enjoy myself, and I'm willing to spend it.
A dime to go onto a website, and you can meet 1,000 more people for fucking free.
But isn't that a problem?
Why?
It's too many people. Too many people, because then you start just looking over people that might be really cool.
Yeah, that could be a problem. I see that.
You know what I'm saying? You have so many options that you just start going for the people that look hot or you know, who you think is attractive.
That just goes back to that superficial thing, though. You gotta actually. That's why I like meeting people in person, because you get to not just judge them by their profile picture. You get to actually get to have a conversation and like. More than just the first glance, like maybe I don't believe in love at first sight.
So maybe the first step would be to get out more, right?
Yeah, I do agree with that.
And wasn't I saying that? Like, dude, we gotta take some trips. We gotta fucking get out, man. What are we doing? Just sitting at home and shit.
I think we're gonna do a lot more of that. We're just kind
Panda's a pro on that. She like goes out every night. Panda, what is there to do?
Sell your ass, apparently.
Yeah, Panda prostitutes on the streets.
No, I gotta make my money somehow.
Panda Express isn't paying though.
No, not nearly enough.
So, yeah, dude, it's a trip.
How?
What time is it?
11.
Well, we covered a lot of shit today, dude.
It was fun.
2 hours. It would have been more too.
I know, we had a malfunction.
And it was like my favorite part of it too.
We had to recreate it a little bit, but I don't know if we did justice.
Well, I wasn't trying to recreate, but I was trying to like maybe reword some of it. Yeah,
because it was so golden. But
Panda's part was perfect because as soon as that door shut,
dude, that was so good. Yeah, she started talking shit right as soon as he left. Fuck that motherfucker. He was hella quiet the whole time. She was holding that shit in.
Oh no. Like a volcano, dude. Just ready to fucking burst. Oh shit, man.
I didn't feel like it was that bad. But I mean, I know. I thought. I mean, maybe I don't know him as well as I thought I did. Maybe our whole relationship was a lot.
And now it makes me question, like, were we even that close to Paul or everybody else, dude? Well, with them, dude, the weird thing is I have a weird special relationship with TJ and Paul, and because we took it a step further.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we took it to a level where, like, I got some shit I can tell you that's like you'll never think of us in the same way again, dude. Nothing like I don't know, man. Just
Bad.
for drug reasons, you know, like
Bad.
shit we did to not get in trouble, like after we got pulled over, or you know, or how far we'd go to get high and you know, fucking sharing needles and shit. Like I would shoot up, but the only one we'd have is one, and we'd have to pass it around.
Cancel that.
You know, and they would get dull, so like it would barely. You have to like
thank
force
you.
it in there.
Fuck that shit.
We've had some weird times, dude.
Some weird times. That's putting it lightly.
Rock bottom times, dude.
But we're still here.
Oh yeah, that's the crazy part, man. Because it almost seems like everybody's kind of gotten over that, for the most part. I know not everybody. It never works that way, but. Anna, can you give me a soda, please?
I'm good, thank you. I want a beer.
Okay, but though, you know how TJ came by today and we all kind of just reminisced.
Yeah.
What if we did that with like everybody? Somebody new every week sitting there.
Talking about the old days.
Yeah, like Blaine wants to come. Blaine was down to hang out, and I asked him if he'd be down to record, and he said yeah.
That'd be cool.
He's California too.
Talking about the old times back in the day.
I remember, I don't know if it was high school or, I think it was high school, but did you hear the, or no, it might have even been, I think it was like the last day of middle school, and the story about Blaine, he got a BJ from an overweight black chick in the closet at Tenaya. And it like became something of like an urban legend.
It was a legend.
You know?
Everybody was like, "Holy shit!"
Did you guys hear? Fucking Blaine. Yeah.
And he was like,
he said it was a pity. It was a pity BJ because he got like something happened to him earlier that day.
Hurt
he got
but still like. And whether it's true or not,
he said that she came up to him and was like, "Oh, poor baby, you need me to take care of that for you," you know, some shit like that, and that she led him to the fucking hall closet.
And he was the only one at that age who supposedly had any like sexual activity.
Well, I remember having sleepovers at Paul's house, and he would get butt naked and jump onto his sister's bed, wagging his dick around like this in her face while she slept. And then she would wake up, and the first thing she would see was Blaine's fucking balls and dick just swinging.
Oh my god!
That's fucked up.
Were you there, dude?
I may have been.
I don't know. I don't remember.
I remember going to Popolo's Pizza and the knife that was in the stall.
Oh my god! And it was still there, like years
later. They've already closed, so we can talk as much shit as we want. Popolo's, I question their sanitation.
Yeah.
Like we went to his birthday party, and like on the railing above the stall, we put a butter knife. And we left it there. And a year later, we came back for his birthday. And we reached up there and it was still fucking there.
I remember they made a big deal about it, too. It's like, what? It's still there? And then everybody was talking about, like, let's put it back and then let's see if it's still there next year.
And then they closed.
Yeah. Did they close or just move? I think they just moved.
Well, they're not at that location anymore.
I liked that location, too. I wonder why they left that spot.
That was only, I don't know, where else can you get a pizza that's the same size as the table?
They still have Popolo's.
Yeah, they do, yeah. It's Popolo's.
Whatever.
Pronounce it right.
Popolo's.
Geppetto.
It's kind of like I gotta take a Popolo's.
It's like Pinocchio's, but without the Okios.
Excuse me, I need to go take a Popolo's.
Popolo. I'm gonna start calling it that, dude. You remember how cheesy the pizza was on that?
I've never had it before. Can we stop talking about it?
What? How do you even know about it?
Because I've seen commercials.
Commercial?
You've never.
My cousin has told me about
You've
it.
never had Popolo's pizza.
No, I have not. So yes,
does the
make me feel
commercial go?
stupid.
You
Come
call
on.
yourself-
I don't know. It's a fucking commercial of
And
them
you-
in the fucking.
And you call
the
yourself a
restaurant.
white girl, Panda?
What's the jingle for Pocolos?
I don't know. Fucking come eat
You
my
said-
pizza.
you said you
Suck
called-
some dick
Eat my
after. I don't
pizza.
know.
That was a good guess. You got it right.
But
Eat some dick. Come have our pizza.
remember they had
Dick for dessert. What's
they had a
A la
contest.
mode.
Remember they had a
we got the Napolitan flavor?
They had
Pink,
a-
white, or black? Pink and flavor.
Caramel. Whipped
You want some
cream.
chocolate syrup on that? How about some cherries? You want
Cherries.
some nuts?
I'm gonna pop them cherries. Banana splits. With or without the nuts.
Extra nuts, please.
extra.
All on my face.
Wow.
Panda would.
You just went
Just so
there.
you know, I totally don't ever fucking do that shit near my face. Like, in my mouth, you will get that shit spit right back at you. I've done that once. Motherfucker came in my mouth one time. I looked at him. I spit that shit in his face.
He
I
came
said,
at
"Don't-"
you. He
no,
came at
like
you
he
with
came
his
in my
ball.
mouth.
Oh,
Do you know that ejaculate comes
And I
out at like
spit
25 miles per hour?
Straight at him, right in
You
his
could
face.
lose an eye. It's probably best that you don't. Yeah, you gotta at least close your eyes.
that's why.
and-
That's why when you're about to come in their mouth, you just like go as far as you can and just goes right past into their stomach.
Dude, I've had
That's
some.
why-
I've
that's
had,
why I don't
I've
give
had
head no
some
more.
ones that like break through the tissue, and like,
See ya. Just
yeah,
go.
like this got some power behind it.
Choke some bitches on it, dude.
No, just like look it up. Like Google it right now. You have access to the computer. What is the speed that ejaculate comes out of the urethra?
You said 25 miles.
That I did say 25 miles. Fact check me. Average ejaculate speed of semen coming from a penis.
How fast do I come?
Oh my god!
I'm gonna stand by my statement.
How can you ejaculate faster?
Kids Center, really?
What? New kids? What?
How
Is
have we not
this?
been using this computer the whole time? It's been sitting
Learning how you can ejaculate faster is necessary for some unlucky men who. Okay.
So what's the average speed?
Uh,
What's the
fascinating sperm facts? 31 miles an hour.
31? That's even more than what I said. 31? That's fast enough to fucking put your eye out. If it if it was at close distance, close range shot to the eye, 31 miles per hour, if a semen came right there,
Have you, dude?
that could
Has
pump
that ever? Have you actually done that before?
to myself.
Not to yourself.
That would have to be pretty close. I have a splooge on my belly before laying down.
Well, I'm not gonna say who, but I had that happen once where her eye, it didn't get infected, but it stayed red for like 2 days after that, dude. And I don't know if it was because of the speed or just because whatever it's made out of, but it sure looked irritating.
Yeah, it's probably a lot of salt in there. It's probably pretty salty. Like when you go in the ocean, kind of salty in the eye. That's kind of stings a little bit, and especially at 31 miles per hour.
31 miles. Dude, that's like getting hurt in a car accident type speed, dude.
But it's in a concentrated
It's all
jizz.
Yeah, so that should be even more dangerous, right?
Should be, because it can make a baby.
Yeah.
It's gotta really get up
So
in there.
that's how that works. It gets fucking launched
They
up in there.
just right to the egg. It's a one-way ticket.
I always thought they swam to the egg, but it turns out that they just get launched.
There's like it's like when you push yourself off the wall of the pool, and then you're swimming, but it's like really the momentum from like the
yeah, that first launch.
yeah. That's kind of how it is, I think. but instead it's with a penis.
Is this all true, Panda? Okay. I think we're good.
I think we're golden. Ended on a good jizz joke.
It's perfect. All right. Let's see it.
Adios.
I wish a
was
bitch would
like-
fucking do that. I fucking dare you. Don't fucking ever.
That was legitness. Yeah, it was. Huh?